Before you were born, before your pain had a name, before the world even knew light, I already knew you. And today I am speaking directly to your heart. My child, in the beginning, when nothing existed, when silence covered everything, when darkness stretched across the deep, I was there. There was no voice until I spoke. There was no light until I commanded it. And when I said, "Let there be light," darkness had no choice, it moved. Do you understand what that means for your life? The same voice that broke the silence of the universe is the same voice calling you right now. You think your situation is too dark. You think your life is too broken. You think nothing can change. But I ask you, who created light out of nothing? Was it not me? Then why do you doubt that I can bring light into your situation? My child, listen carefully. Before I created anything, the earth was formless, empty, without direction. Just like you feel sometimes. Confused, lost, without purpose. But I did not leave creation in chaos, and I will not leave you there either. I began to shape the world, step by step, not in one moment, but in a process. And this is where you must understand something powerful. I work in process, not panic. You are rushing, you are worrying, you are asking, God, why not now? But creation itself took time. Day by day, I built something beautiful. So why do you expect your life to be fixed overnight? My child, what feels like delay to you is designed to me. When I separated light from darkness, I was creating order. And right now, in your life, I am separating things too. Some people are leaving. Some situations are changing. Some doors are closing. You think it's loss, but it is actually alignment. Because I cannot build your future with what is not meant to stay. Listen, when I created the sky, the land, and the seas, I was preparing a place before life could exist in it. And in the same way, I am preparing things for you that you cannot yet see. That opportunity, that breakthrough, that peace you are praying for, it is being prepared. Even when you feel nothing is happening. My child, faith is not seeing everything clearly. Faith is trusting me when everything feels unclear. And I know some nights feel heavy. Some thoughts don't let you sleep. Some fears don't leave your mind. But remember this, darkness never defeated light. It only existed until light arrived. And when I created light, darkness didn't fight back. It simply disappeared. So why are you afraid of your darkness? I am the same God. I have not changed. The same power that created stars is still working in your life. Yes, even now, even in your silence, even in your waiting, even in your struggle. My child, when I created the earth, I filled it with purpose. Nothing was random, nothing was useless. And you are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not behind in life. You are intentional, created in my image, which means you carry value. You carry purpose. You carry my breath within you. So stop speaking against yourself. Stop saying, I am nothing. I can't do this. I will never succeed. Because when you speak like that, you are forgetting who created you. I did not create you to fail. I did not create you to live in fear. I created you to rise. But rising requires trust. So today, I am asking you, will you trust me? Not when everything is perfect, but right now, as you are. Because I am not waiting for you to be perfect. I am waiting for you to believe. If you feel this message in your heart, don't ignore it. Type, "Yes, Lord," in the comments if you believe God is working in your life. And if these words gave you peace, take a moment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, share it with someone who needs hope. And if you truly feel blessed by this message, you can support this ministry through the link given below, so more hearts can be reached. Stay here, because this message is not over. What I am about to reveal next may change how you see your life forever. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are still in my process. And what I started, I will finish. After I brought light into existence, I did not stop there, because light was only the beginning, not the completion. And the same is true in your life. Just because you have seen a small breakthrough does not mean I am finished with you. You are expecting a finished story, while I am still writing your chapters. Listen carefully. On the second day, I created the sky. I separated the waters above from the waters below. It may seem simple, but it was preparation. Because before life could grow, there had to be space. And right now, in your life, I am creating space too. Space from confusion. Space from distractions. Space from things that were pulling you away from me. You feel uncomfortable in this season because things are not the same anymore. But what if I told you this discomfort is not punishment, it is preparation? My child, I never remove something without a reason, and I never allow distance without purpose. You are not being emptied, you are being made ready. Because what I am about to pour into your life cannot mix with what you were holding on to before. So I had to separate it, just like I separated the waters. And I know, you didn't understand why certain people left. You didn't understand why some plans failed. You didn't understand why doors closed. But I saw what you could not see. I saw what would hurt you later. I saw what would limit your growth. I saw what would block your purpose. So I stepped in, not to harm you, but to protect you. My child, sometimes my protection feels like rejection, but it is still my love. And you must trust me, even when you don't understand me, because I am not working only for your present. I am working for your future, and your future requires a different version of you. That is why I am stretching you. That is why I am teaching you patience. That is why I am asking you to let go. Because where I am taking you, you cannot carry everything with you. Listen, on the third day, I brought land out of the waters. I gave form to what was hidden. What was buried became visible. And this is what I am doing in your life right now. Things that were inside you are starting to come out. Your strength, your gifts, your calling. You thought you were ordinary, but I placed something extraordinary inside you, and now I am calling it forth. But growth requires courage, because when something new rises, it feels unfamiliar. You start doubting yourself. You start asking, can I really do this? Am I enough? But let me remind you, I never call someone without equipping them. If I placed it inside you, it means you are capable. My child, when I created the earth, I didn't just make land, I made it fruitful. I commanded it to produce vegetation, plants with seeds, trees bearing fruit. Because I am not a God of emptiness, I am a God of increase. And your life is meant to produce something, not just for you, but for others. Your story is not just your story. Your healing will help someone else heal. Your breakthrough will give someone else hope. Your faith will inspire someone who is struggling. So don't hide what I am doing in your life. Don't stay silent about my goodness. Because I am not blessing you just for you to keep it to yourself. I am blessing you so you can become a blessing. But hear this clearly, growth takes time. Seeds do not become trees overnight, and neither does your purpose. So stop comparing your journey to someone else's timeline. I am not working on them. I am working on you. And I know exactly what I am doing. My child, even when you don't see progress, something is happening. Even when you feel stuck, I am moving things behind the scenes. Even when you feel alone, I am closer than you think. You are not abandoned. You are being positioned for growth, positioned for purpose, positioned for something greater than you imagined. So don't give up now. Don't lose faith in the middle, because the middle is where most people quit. But you are not like most people. You are chosen, and being chosen means being prepared. And preparation is not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. If this message is speaking to your soul right now, don't scroll away. Comment, I trust your plan. If you believe God is preparing something greater for your life, and stay till the end of this series, because each part is building something inside you that can transform your life. Share this message with someone who feels lost in their journey, because they are not lost. They are just in the middle of becoming. You keep asking, when will my time come? But what if I told you, your time is not late, it is being aligned. I formed the earth. After I brought life from the ground, I looked at the sky again, and I said, let there be lights in the heavens, not just to shine, but to separate day from night, to mark seasons, days, and years. Do you understand this? I did not only create light, I created timing. And this is what you must understand about your life. Everything in your life is connected to my timing. Not your timing, not their timing, my timing. You are frustrated because things are not happening when you expected. You had a plan, you had a vision. You thought by now everything would be different. But, my child, if everything happened when you wanted, you would walk into things you are not ready for. So I created seasons. There is a season to grow, a season to wait, a season to build, and yes, a season to receive. But you cannot live in harvest season without first passing through planting. And right now, you may feel like you are planting, but seeing nothing, giving effort, but seeing no reward, trying, but feeling unseen, and it hurts. I see it. I see every silent prayer. I see every tear you hide. I see every moment you almost gave up, but didn't. Nothing you do is wasted, because I am a God who works beyond what you can see. My child, when I created the sun, I gave it authority over the day. When I created the moon, I gave it authority over the night. Even in darkness, I placed light. So why do you think your dark seasons are empty? They are not empty. They are filled with hidden light. Lessons you are learning. Strength you are gaining. Faith you are building. Because if you only had bright days, you would never learn to trust me in the dark. And real faith is not built in comfort. It is built in uncertainty. So when you feel like you are in a night season, don't panic. Because even the night has purpose. Even the waiting has meaning. Even the silence has my presence. My child, look at the stars. I created them, not just for beauty, but as a reminder that even in the darkest sky, light still exists. And just like those stars, I place something inside you that can shine, even in your lowest moments. But you keep comparing yourself. You keep looking at others and thinking, they are ahead, they are better, they are shining brighter. But listen carefully. I did not create you to compete with them. I created you to fulfill your own purpose. The sun does not compete with the moon. The stars do not compete with the sun. Each one shines in its own time. And so will you. My child, stop rushing your process. Stop forcing things that are not ready. Stop doubting yourself just because it hasn't happened yet. Because delay does not mean denial. It means alignment. I am aligning the right people, the right opportunities, the right moment. Because when it happens, it will not just be good, it will be right. And what is right lasts. Listen, when I placed the lights in the sky, I gave them purpose. They were not random. And neither are you. You are not here by accident. You are not alive without reason. You are part of something bigger. Something you may not fully understand yet, but I see the full picture. And I am guiding you through it, step by step, moment by moment. Even when you feel lost, you are still being led. My child, trust me in your timing. Trust me in your waiting. Trust me in your uncertainty. Because I am not late. I am never late. I arrive at the exact moment everything is ready. And when that moment comes, you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. Until then, keep walking. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Because your story is still unfolding. If you believe God's timing is perfect, even when you don't understand it, comment God's time is best. And don't leave yet. Stay till the end of this message series, because what is coming next will help you understand your purpose in a deeper way. Share this with someone who feels like they are falling behind in life. And remind them, they are not late. They are just in God's timing. You think your life has no direction. You feel like you're just existing. But what if I told you, you were created with intention, not accident? My child, after I set the stars in place, after I established seasons and time, I was not finished. Because a world without life is not complete. So I spoke again. Let the waters be filled with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth. And suddenly, life began to move. The oceans were no longer silent. The skies were no longer empty. Everything began to live, breathe, move. And this is what you must understand about me. I am not a God of stillness. I am a God of life. And if I created everything to live, why do you feel like your life is stuck? Why do you feel like nothing is moving? Why do you feel like you are just surviving instead of truly living? My child, there is a difference between existing and living. Existing is waking up every day without purpose. Living is knowing you were created for something greater. And right now, I am calling you out of survival mode. You have been living in fear, living in doubt, living under pressure, just trying to get through the day. But I did not create you just to survive. I created you to live fully, to breathe deeply, to walk boldly, to move with purpose. But something has been holding you back. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what others will say. And slowly, that fear has been limiting your life. It has been shrinking your vision, silencing your voice, stopping your steps. But listen carefully. When I created the birds, I did not tell them to stay on the ground. I gave them wings. And wings are not meant to stay folded. They are meant to fly. So why are you staying where you are when I created you to rise? My child, you keep waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect confidence. But that moment will never come if you keep holding yourself back. Because growth does not begin with certainty, it begins with trust. Trust that I am with you. Trust that I am guiding you. Trust that even if you fall, I will catch you. Listen, when I filled the waters with life, I blessed them. I told them, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth. Do you see this? I didn't just create life, I commanded it to increase. And the same blessing is over your life. You are not meant to stay small. You are not meant to stay limited. You are meant to grow, to expand, to become more than you are right now. But growth requires movement, and movement requires courage. My child, you cannot step into a new life while holding on to old fears. You cannot rise higher while thinking lower. You cannot become more while believing less. Something has to change. And that change starts inside you. It starts with how you think, how you speak, how you see yourself. Because the way you see yourself determines how you live your life. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as unworthy, you will settle for less. But if you begin to see yourself the way I see you, everything will change. Because I see you as capable. I see you as strong. I see you as chosen, not because you are perfect, but because I created you with purpose. My child, you are not here to live a small life. You are here to make an impact in ways you may not even realize yet. Through your words, through your actions, through your faith. Someone is watching you, someone is learning from you, someone is being inspired by you, even when you don't know it. So don't hold back. Don't shrink yourself. Don't hide your light, because your life has meaning. And I am not done with you, not even close. There is more inside you, more ahead of you, more waiting for you. But you must be willing to step forward, to try again, to believe again, to rise again. Because the life I have for you is greater than the life you are living now. If you are ready to stop just existing and start truly living the life God has for you, comment, I choose to rise. And stay with this message, because what is coming next will reveal something powerful about who you truly are. Share this with someone who feels stuck in life, and remind them they were not created to stay down, they were created to rise. You keep asking for change. You keep praying for something new. But what if I told you, you already have more authority than you realize? After I filled the waters, after I gave life to the skies, I turned my attention to the land. And I said, let the earth bring forth living creatures. And it happened. Animals of every kind, wild and gentle, strong and small, all came into existence. Nothing was random. Nothing was out of place. Everything had order. Everything had purpose. And as I looked at it, I saw that it was good. But I was not finished yet. Because something was still missing, you. Before I created you, I prepared everything for you. I made the earth ready. I filled it with life. I designed it with beauty. Why? Because you were not created to struggle for existence. You were created to walk in purpose. My child, you think you are trying to find your place in this world, but I created this world with a place already made for you. You are not an afterthought. You are not extra. You are essential. And this is where your understanding must change. Because when I created animals, I gave them life. But when I created you, I gave you something more. Authority, dominion, responsibility. I said, rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and every living thing. Do you understand what that means? You were not created to be controlled by life. You were created to lead within it. But look at you now. You are letting fear control you. You are letting doubt lead you. You are letting situations define you. This is not who you are. You have forgotten your position. My child, you were not created to live beneath your problems. You were created to rise above them. But you cannot rise if you don't know who you are. And that is where the enemy attacks you the most, your identity. Because if you don't know who you are, you will accept anything. You will settle for less. You will tolerate what you should reject. You will stay where you should leave. But today, I am reminding you, you are not weak. You are not powerless. You are not without direction. You carry my image, which means you carry my strength, my creativity, my authority. Not in your own power, but through me. My child, authority does not mean control over others. It means control over yourself, control over your thoughts, control over your actions, control over your decisions. Because the greatest battle is not outside of you, it is within you. And if you can win that battle, you can change your life. Listen, when I created everything, I didn't create confusion. I created order. And if your life feels chaotic, it is time to bring it back into alignment. Not by force, but by faith. Start with your thoughts. Stop feeding your mind with negativity. Stop believing every lie you hear, because not every voice in your head is truth. Replace fear with faith. Replace doubt with trust. Replace confusion with clarity. And that clarity comes from me. My child, you are not here to live a life of reaction. You are here to live a life of intention, to choose wisely, to act boldly, to walk faithfully, because every decision you make shapes your future. And I have given you the ability to choose. So choose growth, choose discipline, choose purpose, even when it is hard. Because easy does not build strength, and comfort does not create purpose. My child, you keep waiting for a sign, but what if this message is your sign? The sign to stop doubting, the sign to start moving, the sign to step into what I have already placed inside you. Because you are ready, even if you don't feel ready. You are capable, even if you feel unsure. You are chosen, even if you feel overlooked. And I am with you every step of the way. So rise. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today. If you are ready to step into your authority and stop letting life control you, comment. I walk in authority. And don't leave yet, because the next part is one of the most powerful truths you will hear. Who you truly are in my image. Stay till the end, because this message is building your life piece by piece. Also, if you feel peace, strength, or clarity through these words, take a moment to like this video. Subscribe to this channel, share it with someone who needs this message. And if you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Because together, we are spreading light into darkness. You have been searching for your worth, looking for validation, trying to prove yourself. But what if I told you, you were already enough from the very beginning? I created the earth, after I filled it with life, after I brought order to everything you see. I did something different. I did not just speak this time. I said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." Do you understand how powerful this is? Everything else I created by command. But you, I created with intention. You were not just spoken into existence. You were designed, carefully, personally, purposefully. And when I created you, I placed my image within you. Not a physical image, but something deeper. My nature, my creativity, my ability to love, my ability to think, to choose, to become. This is what makes you different. This is what makes you valuable. Not your status, not your money, not your achievements. Your value comes from me. But somewhere along the way, you forgot that. You started measuring yourself based on the world, comparing your life, your looks, your success. And slowly, you began to feel less worthy, less capable, less important. But listen to me carefully. You are not less. You are mine. And nothing I create is without worth. My child, when I created you male and female, complete, not incomplete, not broken, complete. But life has hurt you. People have disappointed you. Situations have shaken you. And now you feel like something is missing, like you are not whole anymore. But your brokenness does not remove your identity. It only hides it, because who you are is not defined by what happened to you. It is defined by who created you. And I am still the same God. I have not changed. So your value has not changed either. My child, you don't need to become someone else to be worthy. You don't need to prove yourself to be loved. You don't need to earn what I have already given you. You are already enough, because you are created in my image. But here is what you must understand. Identity is not just something you have. It is something you must live. You cannot walk in confidence if you keep thinking like you are nothing. You cannot live in purpose if you keep doubting your worth. You cannot rise if you keep believing lies about yourself. So today, you must make a decision to stop agreeing with your fears, to stop agreeing with your past, to stop agreeing with every negative voice, and start agreeing with me, because what I say about you is truth. And I say, you are chosen, you are loved, you are valuable, you are capable, not because of what you have done, but because of who you are. My child, when I created you, I also gave you a mission to fill the earth, to grow, to build, to live with purpose. You were never meant to live a small life. You were never meant to hide your potential. You were never meant to doubt your identity. You were meant to walk boldly, knowing that I am with you. And this is where your life begins to change. When you stop asking, "Am I enough?" and start declaring, "I am who God says I am." Because confidence is not arrogance, it is agreement with truth. And truth is, you are created by me. So stop shrinking, stop hiding, stop thinking you are not ready, because you are not becoming valuable. You already are. Now it's time to live like it. My child, there is something powerful inside you, something waiting to be expressed, something waiting to grow, something waiting to impact the world, but it will remain hidden if you keep doubting yourself. So step forward, speak up, believe again, because your life has purpose, and I am not finished with you, not even close. This is only the beginning of who you are becoming. If you are ready to see yourself the way God sees you, comment, "I am who God says I am," and stay with this message, because what is coming next will show you how to live with the authority and identity you have been given. Share this with someone who is struggling with self-worth, because they need to hear this truth. You know who you are, but you are still not living like it. Why? Because identity without action changes nothing. Now you know. You are created in my image. You carry my nature. You are not ordinary. But knowing this is not enough, because identity must become action. After I created you, after I placed my image within you, I did not leave you without direction. I gave you a command. Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, and subdue it. This was not just a blessing, it was a responsibility. And this is where many of you struggle. You want purpose, but you avoid responsibility. You want growth, but you resist discipline. You want change, but you stay comfortable. My child, purpose is not something you wait for. It is something you walk in daily, through your choices, through your habits, through your actions. Because what you do every day shapes who you become. And I have already given you everything you need to start walking in your purpose. But you are waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for the right time. But let me tell you something clearly, the right time is not coming, it is now. Because if you keep waiting, you will stay in the same place. And I did not create you to stay stuck. I created you to move, to grow, to build, to become. My child, when I told you to be fruitful, I was not only talking about physical growth, I was talking about spiritual and personal growth. To become better, stronger, wiser, to develop what I placed inside you. Because you have gifts, but gifts must be developed. You have potential, but potential must be used. You have purpose, but purpose must be lived. And none of this happens without effort. My child, you cannot pray for a better life and continue living the same way. You cannot ask for change and avoid action. Faith is not just believing, faith is doing. Doing what is right, even when it is hard. Choosing discipline, even when you don't feel like it. Moving forward, even when you are afraid. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it is moving despite it. My child, you keep thinking, what if I fail? But what if you succeed? What if you step out and everything begins to change? What if the life you are praying for is waiting on the other side of your action? You will never know if you don't move. Listen, when I gave you dominion, I was telling you something powerful. You are not meant to be controlled by your circumstances. You are meant to rise above them. But rising requires responsibility. Taking ownership of your life, not blaming others, not making excuses, not staying stuck in the past, but deciding, from today, I will change. Because no one else can live your life for you. No one else can make your decisions for you. No one else can walk your path. It is yours, and I am with you. But I will not force you. You must choose. My child, every day is an opportunity to grow, to improve, to move closer to your purpose. But you must take it, because time will pass whether you act or not. And one day, you will look back, and you will either say, I'm glad I tried, or I wish I had started. So start now, not perfectly, not completely ready, but willing. Because willingness is the beginning of transformation. My child, you are capable of more than you think, stronger than you feel, more prepared than you believe. Because I would not give you a purpose without giving you the ability to fulfill it. So stop doubting, stop delaying, stop holding back, and step into what I have called you to do. Even if it's a small step, take it. Because small steps lead to big changes, and big changes lead to a transformed life. My child, you are not just called to exist, you are called to act, to live with intention, to move with purpose, to walk with faith, and when you do, you will begin to see that your life is not ordinary, it is powerful. Because I am working through you. If you are ready to stop waiting and start taking action in your life, comment, I will take action, and don't leave yet, because the next part will show you something deeper, how I have already provided everything you need. Stay till the end of this journey, because this message is building your life step by step. And share this with someone who needs a push to start again, because today can be their new beginning. You keep worrying about tomorrow, how things will work, how needs will be met. But what if I told you I already provided before you even asked? After I created you, after I gave you identity, after I gave you purpose and responsibility, I did something that many of you forget. I provided. I said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant, every tree with fruit. It will be food for you. Do you see this? Before you worked, before you struggled, before you even understood your needs, I had already made provision. And this is what you must understand about me. I do not create you and then abandon you. I do not give you purpose without supplying what you need to fulfill it. I am a God of provision. But you are living like everything depends on you. You are carrying stress, carrying pressure, carrying fear about the future, thinking, what if it doesn't work? What if I don't have enough? What if things go wrong? My child, why are you worrying about what I have already handled? Do you think I brought you this far just to leave you now? Do you think I created your life without planning how to sustain it? Listen carefully. Your provision is not in your control. It is in my hands. Yes, you must work. Yes, you must act. Yes, you must be responsible. But your outcome is not controlled by your effort alone. It is guided by my provision. And this is where you must shift your mindset from fear to trust. Because fear says, I must figure everything out. But faith says, God has already made a way. My child, look at creation. The birds do not plant, yet they are fed. The trees do not worry, yet they bear fruit. The earth does not panic, yet it produces life. Why? Because I designed everything to function with trust in my provision. But you have allowed worry to take over your thoughts. And worry is draining you. It is stealing your peace, stealing your joy, stealing your focus, and it is keeping you stuck. Because you cannot move forward when your mind is filled with fear. My child, you don't need to know everything. You only need to trust me. Because I see what you cannot see. I know what is coming. I know what you need. I know how to provide, even in ways you do not expect. Listen, provision does not always come the way you imagine. Sometimes it comes through people. Sometimes through opportunities. Sometimes through unexpected doors, but it always comes at the right time. And this is why you must stop rushing, stop forcing things, stop trying to control everything, because what I provide does not need to be forced. It flows. My child, there is something powerful you must understand today. Where I guide, I provide. If I lead you somewhere, I will sustain you there. If I call you to something, I will equip you for it. If I open a door, I will give you what you need to walk through it. So why are you afraid? Why are you doubting? Why are you acting like you are alone? You are not alone. I am with you, not just in your purpose, but in your provision, every step of the way. My child, you are not lacking. You are learning. Learning to trust. Learning to release control. Learning to depend on me. Because dependence is not weakness. It is faith, and faith is what unlocks my provision in your life. So today, I am asking you to do something simple, but powerful. Let go of your worry, not because everything is perfect, but because I am in control. Let go of the need to know everything. Let go of the fear of what if. Let go of the pressure to figure it all out, and replace it with trust. Trust that I will provide. Trust that I will guide. Trust that I will make a way, even when you cannot see it. My child, you are not going to fail because I am with you. You are not going to be abandoned because I am your provider. You are not going to be left without because I have already prepared what you need. So breathe. Release the stress. Release the fear. Release the burden. And rest in me. Because I am not just your creator, I am your provider. If you are ready to stop worrying and start trusting God's provision, comment, God will provide. And stay with this message, because what is coming next will reveal something even deeper, the truth about completion, rest, and fulfillment. Share this with someone who is stressed about their future, because they need this reminder today. You keep focusing on what is missing, what is broken, what is not working. But what if I told you, you are not unfinished, you are already part of something very good. My child, after I created everything, after I formed the earth, filled it with life, placed you within it with purpose, I looked at all that I had made, not just one part, not just one moment, but the whole picture. And I said, it is very good, not just good, very good. Do you understand this? Because this is where many of you struggle. You look at your life, and all you see is what is missing, what didn't work, what didn't happen, what went wrong. You focus on your flaws, your failures, your weaknesses, and because of that, you begin to believe that your life is not good enough. But my child, you are not seeing your life the way I see it, because you are looking at a moment while I see the whole story. You are judging your life based on a chapter, while I am writing the entire book. And the book is not finished yet, so how can you decide that it is not good? My child, when I said, very good, I was not saying everything was perfect in your eyes. I was declaring that everything was in alignment with my purpose and your life. Even with its struggles, even with its delays, even with its pain, is still within my plan. Nothing you have gone through has been wasted. Not your failures, not your mistakes, not your heartbreaks. I have seen it all, and I am using it all to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you. Because what you call broken, I can turn into something beautiful. What you call failure, I can turn into growth. What you call delay, I can turn into direction. My child, you are too focused on what is not finished. But I am focused on what is becoming, because I am not done with you. And what I am building in your life takes time. Just like creation was not completed in one moment, your life is not completed in one moment either. It is a process, a journey, a transformation. So stop expecting perfection and start appreciating progress. Look at how far you have come. Look at what you have survived. Look at what you have learned. You are not the same person you were before. And that is growth. My child, you don't need to have everything figured out to be on the right path. You don't need to be perfect to be valuable. You don't need to have it all together to be worthy, because your worth was never based on your performance. It was based on my creation. And I already called it very good. So why are you calling yourself not enough? Why are you speaking against yourself? Why are you tearing yourself down when I have already spoken life over you? My child, your words matter. The way you speak about yourself matters, because what you repeatedly say, you begin to believe, and what you believe shapes how you live. So today, you must change your voice. Instead of saying, I am not enough, say, I am growing. Instead of saying, my life is a mess, say, God is still working. Instead of saying, nothing is happening, say, something is being prepared. Because faith is not denying reality. It is trusting my truth above what you see. My child, there is something else you must understand. After I finished creation, I did not immediately create more. I paused. I rested. Not because I was tired, but because I was showing you something important. Completion requires rest. You are always running, always thinking, always worrying. You don't allow yourself to pause. You don't allow yourself to breathe. You don't allow yourself to appreciate what you already have. And because of that, you feel constantly exhausted. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. My child, rest is not weakness. Rest is trust. It is saying, God, I have done what I can, and now I trust you with the rest. And this is where peace begins. Not when everything is perfect, but when you learn to trust me in the middle of everything. So today, I am inviting you into rest, not to stop your life, but to stop your worry, to stop your overthinking, to stop your constant pressure. And to remember, I am still in control. My child, your life is not falling apart. It is coming together in ways you cannot yet see. And one day, you will look back, and you will understand why everything had to happen the way it did. Until then, trust me, walk with me, rest in me, because what I started in your life, I will complete. And when it is complete, you will see that it was always. Very good. If you are ready to stop criticizing your life and start trusting God's process, comment, "It is very good," and stay with this message, because the next part will take you even deeper into rest, renewal, and the next level of your life. Share this with someone who feels like their life is falling apart, and remind them God is still working, and it will be good. You keep running, keep striving, keep trying to hold everything together. But what if I told you, your breakthrough is not in doing more, it is in learning to rest. I completed creation. After everything was formed, after I declared it very good, I did something that confuses many of you. I rested, not because I was tired, not because I needed a break, but because I was showing you a principle, a truth that many of you ignore, that life is not only about working, it is also about resting in me. But look at your life. You are always busy, always thinking, always chasing something, trying to fix everything, trying to control everything, trying to figure everything out, and yet you feel exhausted, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. My child, you are tired because you are carrying things you were never meant to carry. You are holding on to stress that I asked you to release. You are trying to control outcomes that are already in my hands. And because of that, you have no peace. But peace was always available to you. You just haven't stepped into it. Because peace is not found in having everything perfect. Peace is found in trusting me completely. My child, rest is not stopping your life. Rest is resetting your heart. It is coming back to me, letting go of your burdens, and remembering I am still in control. You don't have to figure everything out today. You don't have to solve every problem. You don't have to carry every weight. Because I am here, and I am able, more than able. Listen, when I rested on the seventh day, I blessed that day. I made it holy. Why? Because I wanted you to understand, rest is sacred. It is not optional. It is necessary. But you treat rest like weakness. You think, if I slow down, I'll fall behind. If I stop, things will fall apart. If I don't keep pushing, nothing will happen. But my child, you are not the one holding everything together. I am. And the moment you stop trusting me, you start carrying unnecessary pressure. Pressure that breaks you, pressure that drains you, pressure that steals your joy. But I did not create you to live under constant pressure. I created you to live with peace, even in the middle of challenges, even in the middle of uncertainty, because peace does not come from your situation. It comes from your connection with me. My child, you don't need a perfect life to have a peaceful heart. You just need to trust me. Trust that I am working. Trust that I am providing. Trust that I am guiding, even when you don't see it, especially when you don't see it, because that is where real faith grows, not in clarity, but in surrender. My child, you have been holding on to things for too long. Past hurts, past failures, past disappointments, and they are weighing you down. But today I am asking you, let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because it is no longer meant to control you. You cannot move forward while holding on to the past. You cannot experience new peace while carrying old pain. So release it. Release the regret. Release the anger. Release the fear. And give it to me, because I can handle it, and I can heal you. But you must be willing to let go. My child, rest is not just physical. It is emotional. It is spiritual. It is allowing yourself to breathe again, to slow down, to reconnect with me. Because in my presence, you find clarity. In my presence, you find strength. In my presence, you find peace. The kind of peace that the world cannot give, and the kind of peace that nothing can take away. My child, you don't have to keep fighting alone. You don't have to keep carrying everything. You don't have to keep pushing yourself to the edge. Come to me. Not when everything is fixed, but right now, as you are, with your worries, with your fears, with your questions, and I will give you rest. Not temporary relief, but true rest. The kind that restores your soul, the kind that renews your strength, the kind that prepares you for what is ahead. Because rest is not the end of your journey. It is preparation for your next level. So don't resist it. Embrace it. Because what comes after rest is renewal. And what comes after renewal is strength. And what comes after strength is breakthrough. My child, you are not falling behind. You are being restored. You are being refreshed. You are being prepared. So trust me in this moment. Slow down, breathe, and rest in my presence. Because I am with you, and I am not going anywhere. If you are ready to release your stress and rest in God's peace, comment, I rest in you, and don't leave yet, because the next part will take you deeper into renewal, healing, and stepping into a new season. Share this with someone who feels overwhelmed right now, because they need this peace today. You think it's over. You feel like you've lost too much, like you can't start again. But what if I told you this is not your ending? This is your new beginning. You have rested, you have paused, you have been in a place of waiting. And now something is shifting. Because rest was never meant to be your final place. It was preparation for renewal. And renewal is where things begin again, not the same, not repeating the past, but new, stronger, wiser, more aligned with my purpose. But I know starting again is not easy for you, because you remember the past. You remember what didn't work, what hurt you, what you lost, and those memories make you afraid to move forward. You think, what if it happens again? What if I fail again? What if I get hurt again? My child, you are trying to step into the future while holding on to the past. And that will always slow you down, because renewal requires release. You cannot carry yesterday into tomorrow. You cannot hold on to old pain and expect new peace. You cannot think the same way and expect a different life. Something must change. And that change starts inside you. My child, you are not the same person you were before. You have grown. You have learned. You have become stronger. Even if you don't feel it, it is true. Because every experience has shaped you. Every challenge has built something inside you. Every moment you thought you wouldn't make it, you did. And that is strength. So why are you doubting yourself now? Why are you acting like you are still the same person when you have already changed? My child, renewal is not about becoming someone new. It is about becoming who you were always meant to be. Removing fear, removing doubt, removing everything that is not from me, and stepping into truth. Because the truth is, you are stronger now. You are wiser now. You are more prepared now. But you must believe it. Because if you don't believe it, you will stay stuck in a version of yourself that no longer exists. My child, I am doing something new in your life. Even if you cannot fully see it yet, even if it feels slow, even if it feels uncertain, something is changing. Doors are being prepared. Opportunities are being aligned. Paths are being opened. But you must be ready to walk through them. And readiness is not about having everything figured out. It is about being willing to try again, willing to trust again, willing to step forward, even when you feel unsure. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move forward despite it. My child, you keep waiting for a clear sign, but let me tell you something. This moment is your sign. The fact that you are still here, still breathing, still searching, means your story is not finished. I am not done with you. There is more ahead, more growth, more purpose, more blessings, but you must be willing to leave behind what is behind you. Stop looking back. Stop replaying old memories. Stop holding on to things that I have already released you from, because where I am taking you requires your full attention, and you cannot move forward while constantly looking backward. My child, renewal also requires faith. Faith that this time will be different. Faith that I am with you. Faith that what is ahead is better than what is behind. And it is, even if you cannot see it yet. Because I am not leading you backward, I am leading you forward into something greater. Something you cannot fully imagine yet, but something that will change your life. My child, you are standing at a new beginning, a fresh start, a new chapter, and you have a choice to stay where you are or to step into what is next. And I am inviting you, step forward, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but faithfully, because I will walk with you, guide you, strengthen you, carry you when you feel weak. You are not alone in this. You never were, and you never will be. My child, your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not limit you. Your failures do not disqualify you. Because I am a God of new beginnings, and with me it is never too late. So rise again, try again, believe again, because your life is not ending, it is beginning again. If you are ready to leave your past behind and step into a new beginning, comment, I start again with faith, and stay with this message, because the next part will reveal something powerful, the doors that are about to open in your life. Share this with someone who feels like it's too late for them, and remind them, with God, it's never too late. You've been waiting for a door to open, praying, hoping, wondering when. But what if I told you some doors are already opening, you just haven't stepped forward yet? My child, you have come through rest. You have stepped into renewal. You have begun to release your past. And now, you are standing in front of something new. Opportunity. Not by accident, not by luck, but by my design. Because I do not bring you this far just to leave you standing still. I lead you forward, always. But here is what you must understand. Not every open door looks obvious. Some doors come disguised as small chances. Some come as uncomfortable changes. Some come as risks you are afraid to take. And because they don't look the way you expected, you hesitate. You question. You doubt. You think, is this really from God? Am I ready for this? What if this is not the right step? My child, you are waiting for certainty. But I am asking for faith, because if you could see everything clearly, you wouldn't need to trust me. And trust is what moves you forward. Listen, when I guide you to a door, I don't always give you the full picture. I give you just enough light for the next step. Not the whole path, just the next step. Because I want you to walk with me, not ahead of me. My child, you are afraid to step forward because you don't want to make a mistake. But hear this clearly, I am bigger than your mistakes. Even if you take a wrong step, I can redirect you. Even if things don't go as planned, I can turn it for your good. So stop being paralyzed by fear. Stop waiting for perfection. Because perfection is not required, obedience is. And obedience begins with movement. My child, there are doors in your life right now that are waiting for you to walk through them. Opportunities you have been praying for. Moments you have been asking for. But when they come, they don't look easy. They require courage. They require trust. They require you to step out of your comfort zone. And that is where you hesitate. Because comfort feels safe. But comfort will never lead you to your purpose. Growth is outside of comfort. Breakthrough is outside of comfort. Your next level is outside of comfort. So if something feels challenging, it does not mean it is wrong. It may mean it is right. My child, you keep asking me for bigger things, but you are afraid of bigger steps. You want change, but you resist what change requires. You want new opportunities, but you hold on to old habits. And this creates a struggle inside you, because you cannot step into something new while holding on to what is old. Something must be released. Something must be left behind, because every open door requires a step forward, and every step forward requires letting go of something behind. My child, I am not asking you to have everything figured out. I am asking you to trust me enough to take the next step. One step. That's all, because one step leads to another, and another, until suddenly you are walking in something you once prayed for. But it all begins with that first step. My child, you are closer than you think, closer to your breakthrough, closer to your purpose, closer to the life you have been praying for. But closeness means nothing without action. You must move, not recklessly, but faithfully, with me, because I am guiding you, even now, through your thoughts, through your desires, through the doors that are opening and the ones that are closing. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. Everything is part of my plan. So trust it, even when it feels uncertain. My child, there is something powerful waiting on the other side of your obedience. Something that will stretch you, grow you, change you, but also bless you in ways you cannot yet imagine. So don't hold back. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let doubt control you. Because you are not stepping forward alone, I am walking with you, and when I am with you, you will not fail. You will learn, you will grow, you will become exactly who I created you to be. If you are ready to step through the doors God is opening in your life, comment, I step forward in faith, and don't leave yet, because the next part will reveal something even deeper, the challenges you will face, and how to overcome them. Stay till the end, because this message is preparing you for your next level. And share this with someone who is afraid to take the next step, because this might be the confirmation they need. You thought stepping forward would be easy. You thought once you trusted me, everything would fall into place. But now you feel resistance, you feel pressure, you feel opposition. And you're wondering, God, why is it getting harder? You have stepped forward. You have begun to trust me. You have started moving toward what I have called you to do, and now you are facing resistance. Things are not as smooth as you expected. Challenges are appearing. Doubts are rising again. And you are thinking, did I make the wrong decision? Is this really the right path? Why is this so difficult? My child, listen carefully. Resistance is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is often a sign that you are on the right one. Because anything valuable will be challenged. Anything meaningful will require effort. Anything that leads to growth will face resistance. And this is where many people stop. They start strong, but when things get hard, they quit. Not because they are not capable, but because they are not prepared for the challenge. But you must understand something deeper. Every level of your life has a different battle. When you were comfortable, your battle was staying motivated. Now that you are moving forward, your battle is staying committed, and commitment is tested through difficulty. My child, you cannot ask for a stronger life and expect an easier path. Strength is built through pressure. Faith is built through challenge. Character is built through struggle. And I am building all of that in you, not to break you, but to prepare you. Because where I am taking you requires a stronger version of you, a more focused version, a more disciplined version, a more faithful version, and that version is being developed right now. In the middle of your struggle, my child, you keep asking me to remove the difficulty. But what if the difficulty is what is shaping your breakthrough? What if the pressure is what is building your strength? What if the challenge is what is preparing your victory? Because victory does not come without a fight. And you are in a fight, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The battle is in your thoughts. The voice that says, "You can't do this, you should give up. This is too hard." But that voice is not from me, because I do not speak fear. I do not speak defeat. I speak truth. And the truth is, you are capable, you are strong, you are not alone. My child, you must learn to fight the right battle. Not against people, not against situations, but against the lies in your mind. Because if your mind is defeated, your life will follow. But if your mind is strong, nothing can stop you. So when negative thoughts come, don't accept them. Challenge them. Replace them with truth. When fear says, "I can't," you say, "God is with me, I can." When doubt says, "This won't work," you say, "If God led me here, He will sustain me." When you feel like quitting, you remind yourself, "I have come too far to stop now." My child, you are not weak. You are in training. Every challenge is building something inside you. Every difficulty is increasing your capacity. Every moment you keep going, even when it's hard, you are becoming stronger. And strength is what will carry you forward. My child, do not run from the battle. Do not avoid the struggle. Do not give up when it gets hard, because this moment, this exact moment, is where transformation happens. This is where you grow. This is where you rise. This is where you become who you were meant to be. And I am with you, not watching from a distance, but walking with you, giving you strength, giving you wisdom, giving you the ability to keep going, even when you feel like stopping. My child, you will get through this, not because it is easy, but because you are not alone. And when you come out of this, you will not be the same. You will be stronger. You will be wiser. You will be ready for what is next. So don't quit. Don't step back. Don't lose faith, because your breakthrough is on the other side of this battle. If you are ready to keep going even when life gets hard, comment, "I will not give up," and stay with this message, because the next part will show you something powerful, the strength and victory that is coming into your life. Share this with someone who is struggling right now, because they need this reminder. The battle is not the end, it's preparation. You've been fighting, you've been pushing, you've been holding on, and you're wondering, will I ever win this battle? My child, you have faced the struggle. You have felt the pressure. You have walked through moments where you almost gave up, but you didn't. And that is already a sign of strength, because many quit before they even reach this point. But you kept going, even when it was hard, even when it didn't make sense, even when you felt alone. And now, you are standing closer than ever to your breakthrough. But listen carefully. Victory does not always feel like victory at first. Sometimes, it still feels like a fight, because the final moments of a battle are often the hardest. The pressure increases, the resistance intensifies, the doubts try to come back stronger. Because you are close, closer than you think. My child, the enemy does not fight you when you are standing still. The enemy fights you when you are moving forward, because movement means progress, and progress means you are getting closer to what I have for you. So don't be discouraged by the fight. Be encouraged by it, because it means something valuable is ahead. My child, you are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory, because I am with you, and when I am with you, the outcome is already decided. But you must walk through the process. You must keep showing up, keep believing, keep standing, even when everything around you feels uncertain, because victory requires persistence. My child, you keep asking me, when will this end? But I ask you, what is this building inside you? Because what you are going through is not just about getting through it, it is about becoming through it. Becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming unshakable. Because where I am taking you, you cannot be easily broken. You cannot be easily discouraged. You must stand firm. And that firmness is being built right now. in the middle of your battle. My child, you are learning something powerful, how to keep going, even when it's hard. And that skill will carry you through every season of your life, because life will have challenges. But now, you are becoming someone who does not run from them. You face them with faith, with courage, with strength. And that is victory. Not just the outcome, but who you become in the process. My child, you may not see the full result yet, but something is already changing. Inside you, you are thinking differently. You are responding differently. You are standing stronger than before, and that means you are already winning. Because true victory starts within, before it appears outside. My child, there is something ahead of you, something that will make sense of everything, something that will show you why the struggle was necessary, why the delay was needed, why the challenge was important. And when you see it, you will realize nothing was wasted, not a single moment. Because I was working through it all, building you, shaping you, preparing you for this moment. My child, you are not the same person who started this journey. You are stronger now, more focused now, more aligned now. And because of that, you are ready. Ready for the next level. Ready for the next blessing. Ready for the next chapter. But you must finish this part. You must not quit now. Because you are too close to turn back, too close to miss what is coming. So stand firm, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you feel tired. Because this moment is the turning point. The moment where everything begins to shift. The moment where breakthrough begins. The moment where victory becomes visible. My child, you will overcome this, not by your own strength, but by mine. Because I am with you, fighting for you, strengthening you, guiding you, every step of the way. So don't lose faith, don't lose hope, don't lose focus, because what is ahead is greater than what you have been through. And you are about to step into it. If you believe your victory is coming and you refuse to give up, comment, "My victory is coming." And stay with this message, because the next part will reveal something powerful. The blessings and breakthrough that are about to enter your life. Share this with someone who is in the middle of a battle and remind them they are closer to victory than they think. You've been waiting, praying, holding on through the struggle, and now you're asking, "God, when will my breakthrough come?" You have walked through the battle. You have endured the pressure. You have stayed when it was easier to leave. You have believed when it was easier to doubt. And now, you are standing at the edge of breakthrough. But listen carefully, breakthrough does not always arrive the way you expect. Sometimes it doesn't come with noise. It doesn't come with sudden change. It doesn't come with instant results. Sometimes it begins quietly. A shift in your mindset, a new opportunity, a small open door. And if you are not paying attention, you might miss it, because you are looking for something big, while I am starting with something small. My child, do not underestimate small beginnings, because every great change starts with a small step. Every blessing starts with a seed. Every breakthrough starts with movement. And right now, something has already started in your life. You may not fully see it yet, but it is happening. Things are aligning. Doors are opening. Opportunities are forming, even behind the scenes. Because I am working, always, even when you cannot see it. My child, breakthrough is not just about receiving. It is also about becoming. Becoming the person who can handle the blessing. Becoming the person who can sustain the success. Becoming the person who can walk in purpose without losing direction. Because if I give you everything before you are ready, it could destroy you instead of bless you. So I prepare you first. And you have been prepared. Through the waiting, through the struggle, through the challenges. And now, you are stepping into something new. My child, there is an overflow coming into your life, not just in one area, but in many areas. Peace where there was stress, clarity where there was confusion, provision where there was lack, joy where there was heaviness. But you must be ready to receive it. And receiving requires faith, because sometimes, when blessings come, they don't look like blessings at first. They look like responsibility. They look like change. They look like stepping into something unfamiliar. And that can feel uncomfortable. But remember, growth always feels unfamiliar at first. So don't resist it. Embrace it. Because what is coming is what you have been praying for. My child, you have been asking me for more, and I am giving you more. But more requires more from you, more discipline, more focus, more trust. Because the level you are entering is different from where you were, and you must rise to meet it. My child, this is not the time to go back, not the time to doubt, not the time to slow down. This is the time to step forward with confidence. Because I am opening doors that no one can close. I am making a way where there seemed to be none. I am bringing things into your life that will change your direction. But you must walk into it. You must take the step. You must trust me, even when it feels new, even when it feels uncertain, because I am guiding you. And I will not lead you into something that is not good for you. My child, your breakthrough is not just about you. It is about impact, the people you will help, the lives you will touch, the difference you will make. Because I do not bless you just for yourself. I bless you so you can become a blessing. So stay humble, stay grateful, stay connected to me. Because the higher you go, the more you will need me. My child, you are entering a new season, a season of growth, a season of opportunity, a season of blessing. And it is not by accident. It is because you stayed, you didn't quit, you didn't give up, you didn't walk away. And because of that, you are about to see the result. So keep going, keep trusting, keep believing, because what is ahead is greater than what is behind. And this is your breakthrough. If you believe your breakthrough is here and you are ready to receive what God has for you, comment, I received my breakthrough, and don't leave yet, because the next part will take you even deeper into living your purpose fully and walking in overflow. Also, if these words are bringing peace, strength, or clarity into your life, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, share it with someone who needs this message, and if you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Because together, we are spreading hope, faith, and light. You prayed for this, you waited for this, you fought for this. But now the question is, can you sustain what I am giving you? You have stepped into something new. You have begun to see change. You have experienced breakthrough. And now you are entering a different phase. Not just receiving, but living in what you have received. And this is where many people struggle, because it is one thing to reach a new level, but it is another thing to stay there, to sustain it, to grow in it, to handle it with wisdom. My child, blessing is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of responsibility. Because what you have prayed for now requires care. The peace you received must be protected. The opportunities you receive must be managed. The growth you experienced must be maintained. And this requires something deeper. Discipline, not just occasional effort, but consistent action, not just motivation, but commitment. Because motivation fades, but discipline keeps you moving. My child, you cannot live in purpose with the same mindset that kept you stuck before. You cannot step into a higher life while holding on to lower habits. You cannot maintain growth without intentional effort. Something must shift, not just around you, but within you. My child, you are now in a season where your daily choices matter more than ever. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you act. Because small decisions create big outcomes. And if you are not careful, you can slowly drift back into old patterns. Not because you want to, but because you are not being intentional. My child, stay aware, stay focused, stay connected to me. Because the moment you disconnect, you begin to lose clarity. And when you lose clarity, you begin to lose direction. But when you stay close to me, you stay aligned. Aligned with your purpose. Aligned with your path. Aligned with your calling. My child, living in purpose is not about doing something big once. It is about doing the right things daily, showing up, staying consistent, making progress, even when it feels small, because consistency is what creates lasting change. My child, you are building something now, not just for today, but for your future, for your life, for your impact, for the people you will influence. And what you build must be strong, because anything built without foundation will not last. So build wisely, build with patience, build with faith, build with discipline, even when it feels slow. Because slow growth is still growth, and steady growth creates strong results. My child, there will be moments where you feel tired again, moments where you feel like slowing down, moments where you feel like going back. But remember, you didn't come this far to return to where you started. You have grown too much, learned too much, come too far. So keep moving forward, even if it's one step at a time. Because forward is where your purpose is. My child, there is something powerful you must understand in this season. What you maintain, you multiply. If you maintain peace, peace will grow. If you maintain discipline, success will grow. If you maintain faith, your life will continue to expand. But if you neglect it, you will slowly lose it. So protect what I have given you. Protect your mindset. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Because these are the things that shape your life. My child, you are no longer in the place you were before. You are in a new level. And new levels require new behavior, new thinking, new habits, new commitment. So rise to it, not with fear, but with confidence, because I would not bring you here if you were not capable of handling it. You are ready. Even if you are still learning, you are ready. My child, living in purpose is not about perfection. It is about progress. Doing better each day, growing step by step, becoming stronger over time. And I am with you in this process, guiding you, strengthening you, helping you stay on track. So don't overthink it. Don't complicate it. Just stay consistent, stay faithful, stay connected, and everything else will follow. My child, this is your life now. Not survival, but purpose. Not confusion, but clarity. Not fear, but faith. So live it fully, walk in it boldly, and never forget, I am with you every step of the way. If you are ready to stay consistent and live fully in the purpose God has given you, comment, I will stay consistent, and stay with this message, because the next part will take you even deeper into impact, influence, and changing lives. Share this with someone who is struggling to stay consistent, because this could help them stay on track. You thought this journey was just about you, your healing, your growth, your breakthrough. But what if I told you, your life was always meant to impact others? You have grown. You have changed. You have stepped into purpose. And now, you are entering a new understanding. Your life is not just for you. Everything I have done in your life, every lesson, every breakthrough, every moment of growth has a purpose beyond you. Because I did not create you to live a self-contained life. I created you to be a light. And light is not meant to be hidden. It is meant to be seen, to guide, to inspire, to bring clarity in darkness. My child, there are people around you right now who are struggling with fear, struggling with doubt, struggling with pain, and they may not say it out loud, but they need hope. And you carry that hope through your story, through your words, through your actions, because what you have been through was not wasted. It was preparation to help someone else. My child, you remember the nights when you felt alone, the moments when you didn't know what to do, the times when you questioned everything. And now you have come through those moments, not perfectly, but faithfully. And because of that, you understand. You understand what it feels like. You understand what it takes. And that understanding is what makes your impact powerful. Because you are not speaking from theory, you are speaking from experience. My child, people don't need perfection. They need authenticity. They need someone real, someone who has been through something and still stands. And that is you. So don't hide your story. Don't be ashamed of your journey, because your story has the power to change someone else's life. When you speak, you give hope. When you share, you give direction. When you stand strong, you inspire others to stand. My child, influence is not about being famous. It is about being faithful. Faithful in how you live. Faithful in how you treat others. Faithful in how you represent me. Because people are watching you. Not just what you say, but how you live. And your life is a message. Every action, every choice, every response, it all speaks. So let it speak life. Let it speak hope. Let it reflect me. My child, you don't need a big platform to make a big impact. Sometimes, the greatest impact happens in small moments. A kind word, a helping hand, a listening ear. Simple things, but powerful. Because love is shown through action. And when you act with love, you reflect me. My child, I am calling you higher, not just to grow, but to give your time, to give your energy, to give your care. Because when you give, you grow even more. And when you help others rise, you rise too. My child, there is something powerful you must understand. Your life becomes meaningful when it becomes useful to others. Not just living for yourself, but living with purpose, living with intention, living in a way that makes a difference. And you can do that every day, in your own way, right where you are. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to show up, willing to help, willing to care. Because even a small act of kindness can change someone's day. And sometimes it can change someone's life. My child, you are not just here to exist. You are here to impact, to influence, to bring light into places of darkness. And I am with you in this, guiding you, leading you, using you in ways you may not even realize. So stay open, stay available, stay willing, because I will place people in your path who need what you carry. And when that moment comes, don't hold back. Speak, act, show up, because you never know how much your presence can mean to someone. My child, your life matters, not just for you, but for others. And as you continue this journey, you will begin to see that the greatest fulfillment comes not from receiving, but from giving. So go forward with purpose, live with intention, and let your life be a light. If you are ready to use your life to impact and help others, comment, "I will be a light." And stay with this message, because the next part will reveal something deeper, the legacy you are building through your life. Share this with someone who feels like their life has no meaning, and remind them their story can change someone else's life. One day, your time here will pass, and the question will not be how much you had, but what you left behind. My child, you are living your life day by day, making decisions, taking steps, growing, changing, becoming. But there is something deeper you must understand now. You are building a legacy, not just a life, a legacy. Something that continues even after you move on. Something that remains in the lives of others. Something that speaks even when you are no longer present. And the truth is, you are already building it through your actions, through your words, through your choices. Every day you are leaving something behind. The question is, what are you leaving behind? My child, many people live only for the moment, chasing temporary things, focusing only on what they can gain, thinking only about today. But you, I am calling you to think beyond that, to live with purpose, to live with vision, to live with understanding that your life has a lasting impact, because legacy is not built in one moment. It is built over time, through consistency, through character, through how you live when no one is watching. My child, people may forget what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember your kindness, your integrity, your strength in difficult times. They will remember how you treated them when you didn't have to. And that is your legacy. Not your titles, not your achievements, not your possessions, but the way you lived, the way you loved, the way you showed up in this world. My child, you have been through so much. You have faced challenges, overcome struggles, learned lessons the hard way, and all of that has shaped you, not just for your present, but for your impact. Because your life is a story, and that story will be told in the lives you touch, in the people you help, in the hearts you encourage, in the difference you make. So live carefully, live intentionally, because every moment matters. My child, you don't need to do something big to leave a big legacy. Sometimes the greatest legacies are built through small, consistent actions. Being there for someone, speaking truth when it's needed, choosing kindness when it's difficult. These things may seem small, but they create lasting impact. My child, you are influencing more people than you realize. Your family, your friends, even strangers. People are watching you, learning from you, being affected by you. So ask yourself, what am I showing them? Am I showing fear or faith? Am I showing doubt or trust? Am I showing negativity or hope? Because your life is teaching others something, whether you realize it or not. My child, I have placed you here for a reason, not just to live, but to leave something meaningful behind, something that reflects me, something that points others toward truth, something that continues, even after you are gone. And you can do that right now through how you live each day. My child, legacy is not about perfection. It is about direction, choosing to grow, choosing to learn, choosing to become better, step by step, day by day. Because over time, those steps create something powerful. A life that matters, a life that impacts, a life that leaves a mark. My child, you don't need to wait until later in life to think about this. Legacy is not something you start later. It is something you build now. In your current choices, in your current actions, in your current mindset. So start today. Live with intention. Speak with purpose. Act with love. Because every moment is an opportunity to build something that lasts. My child, one day you will look back at your life and you will see the story you created, the impact you made, the lives you touched. And I want you to be able to say, I lived with purpose, not perfectly, but faithfully, not for myself, but for something greater. My child, you are not just passing through this life, you are shaping it for others, for the future, for something beyond yourself. So live wisely, live intentionally, live in a way that reflects who you are and who I created you to be, because your life matters more than you think. If you are ready to live a life that creates a meaningful legacy, comment, I will live with purpose, and stay with this message, because the next part will take everything deeper into alignment, destiny, and walking fully in God's plan. Share this with someone who feels like their life has no direction, because they need this reminder today. You've come this far, you've grown, changed, endured, but there is still one question in your heart. Am I truly walking in God's plan for my life? You have discovered your identity. You have stepped into purpose. You have endured challenges and seen breakthrough. You have begun to impact others and think about legacy. And now, you are asking something deeper. Am I aligned with God's plan? Because deep inside you, there is a desire to live right, to walk correctly, to not miss what I have for you. And that desire is not random. It is placed inside you by me, because I want you to seek alignment, not perfection, but alignment. My child, alignment is not about having everything figured out. It is about walking in the right direction, step by step, trusting me, listening to me, following where I lead, even when you don't understand everything. Because my plan for your life is not something you discover all at once. It is something you walk into daily, through your decisions, through your obedience, through your willingness to follow me. My child, you are afraid of missing your purpose, afraid of making the wrong move, afraid of choosing the wrong path. But listen carefully. You cannot miss what I have planned for you if you are walking with me. Because I am not distant. I am not silent. I am guiding you, even now, through your thoughts, through your convictions, through the doors that open and the ones that close. Every step you take with me is a step in the right direction. Even if it doesn't feel perfect. My child, you keep waiting for a clear, loud answer, a sign that removes all doubt. But I often speak in stillness, in quiet moments, in gentle nudges, in a sense of peace or discomfort. And if you are too busy, too distracted, too focused on noise, you may miss it. So slow down, listen, pay attention, because I am speaking, not always loudly, but always clearly to a listening heart. My child, alignment also requires surrender, letting go of your own plans when they don't match mine, letting go of your own timeline when it doesn't align with my timing, letting go of control and trusting me fully. And I know that is not easy, because you want certainty, you want control, you want to know exactly what will happen. But faith does not work that way. Faith is trusting me even when you don't see the full picture. And that is where true alignment happens. My child, there are things you want that are not meant for you. And there are things I have for you that you have not yet seen. And if you hold too tightly to what you want, you may miss what I am giving. So release control. Trust my direction, because I see what you cannot see. I know what is ahead. I know what is best for you, even when you don't understand it. My child, you are not behind. You are not lost. You are not off track. You are in process. And process is part of alignment. Because alignment is not instant. It is developed over time, through growth, through learning, through walking with me. My child, you don't need to rush. You don't need to compare your journey to others, because your path is unique, designed specifically for you, and I am leading you on that path. So stay focused, not on others, but on me, because the moment you start comparing, you lose clarity. But when you stay connected to me, you stay aligned. My child, there is something powerful you must understand today. Alignment brings peace. Not because everything is easy, but because you know you are where you are meant to be. And that peace is what will guide you. So pay attention to it. When something feels right, when there is peace, even if it's challenging, that is often my direction. But when something creates constant confusion, constant pressure, constant unrest, that is not from me, because I lead with peace, even in difficulty. My child, you are closer than you think, closer to clarity, closer to direction, closer to fully walking in my plan. But you must trust me, fully, not halfway. Not only when it's easy, but completely, because full trust leads to full alignment, and full alignment leads to a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. My child, you are not just living randomly. You are being led, every step, every moment, every decision. So walk with confidence, not because you know everything, but because you know me. And I will never lead you wrong. If you are ready to trust God fully and walk in alignment with His plan, comment, "I trust your plan completely," and stay with this message, because the final part will bring everything together into a powerful conclusion of your journey with God. Share this with someone who is confused about their life direction, because this could give them clarity. You made it this far, through the pain, through the waiting, through the questions, and now you are not the same person anymore. From the very beginning, I was with you. Before you understood anything, before you knew your purpose, before you even recognized my voice, I was there. I saw you when you felt invisible. I heard you when you felt unheard. I stayed with you when you felt alone. And through every moment, I was working, even when you didn't see it, even when you didn't feel it, even when you doubted it. My child, look at your journey. Look at where you started and where you are now. You have grown, not perfectly, but powerfully. You have changed, not instantly, but intentionally. You have endured, not easily, but faithfully. And that matters, because transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming who I created you to be. And you are stepping into that now. My child, you have learned to trust when things didn't make sense, when answers didn't come, when the path wasn't clear. You kept walking. And that faith has brought you here, to this moment, a moment of clarity, a moment of understanding, a moment of realization. You were never alone, not in your struggle, not in your waiting, not in your growth. I was with you, every step, guiding you, shaping you, preparing you for this life, for this purpose, for this moment. My child, everything you have been through had a reason. The pain was not pointless. The delay was not denial. The struggle was not punishment. It was preparation. Preparation for who you are becoming. Stronger, wiser, more aligned. And now, you see differently. You think differently. You respond differently. You believe differently. Because you are not the same person anymore. My child, this is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your true life. A life of purpose. A life of faith. A life of impact. Where you no longer live in fear, but in confidence. Where you no longer doubt your worth, but walk in your identity. Where you no longer feel lost, but move with direction. Because you know, I am with you. And that changes everything. My child, there will still be challenges. There will still be moments of uncertainty. There will still be days when things feel difficult. But now, you are different. You are stronger. And you know something you didn't know before. You can handle it, not by your own strength, but through me. Because I am in you, with you, for you, always. My child, do not forget what you have learned. Do not go back to fear. Do not go back to doubt. Do not go back to thinking you are not enough. Because you are. You always were. You just didn't see it before. But now you do. And that understanding will change your life. My child, go forward now. Not with hesitation, but with boldness. Not with fear, but with faith. Not with confusion, but with clarity. Because you know your foundation. You know your identity. You know your purpose. And most importantly, you know me. And when you know me, you can walk through anything. You can face anything. You can overcome anything. Because I am greater than anything you will face. My child, your life has meaning. Your life has direction. Your life has impact. And everything ahead of you is still unfolding. So keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. Because this story is not over. It is still being written. And the best parts are still ahead. If this message has touched your heart and you truly feel God speaking to you right now, comment, "I trust you, Lord." And don't keep this to yourself. Share this message with someone who needs to hear this today. Also, if these words brought you peace, strength, or clarity, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, share it with others. And if you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Because together, we are spreading God's voice to the world. My child, remember this always. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not without purpose. You are mine, and I am with you now, tomorrow, and always.